Hi, good morning, everybody. Yeah. So first, I would like to start my note thanking you all, thanking each and everyone who believed in me and who came here early morning on a Saturday, which is there in Hyderabad. So a lot of people asked, like, will people come on time? I said, we are Hyderabadis, I can't assure. But thanks, you proved me wrong for being here on time. So again, my other special thanks to CKK who came all the way from Chennai. And not just for coming, because today, whatever I started as a new journey in my life, last 15 to 18 years, I worked in the startup space as an investor, in the ecosystem builder, and being part of startups. My inflection point happened when I was part of naturals. That's where I realized what are the actual real businesses look like. Because I've seen startups, and then I was part of SME as an operator. I always say, like, startups have a great idea, great team, great culture, great product, no money. Other side, SMEs doesn't have all four, they have money. So that's where the convergence, I could see that how an SMEs and startups can collate and can make a difference. So that's why I started Scale Me around this concept. A lot of people ask me, is this your new venture? I said, that will be decided after this event, whether it's going to be a new venture or just going to be a not-for-profit. So my short presentation, I want to talk about the topic itself is the crossroads. Why I put the word crossroads? Because to be very honest, a lot of people, I'm not talking about the idea stage, I'm talking about the growth stage companies are also in a crossroads today. Know why? Because every SME leader in India faces it, and right now it's happening more. The rules that built your business won't protect it tomorrow. I think we all agree on this. We build the business, we identified the product market fit, we formed the teams, and we figured out a revenue model. But it's all changing today. In the last 1 year, we have seen the kind of transformation happen in the market and the kind of activities happening. I think we are somewhere in the crossroads, like which direction do we take? We all know the glimpse, right, about where the SMEs stand for. Today, we have like 7.16 crore SMEs, 30% GDP contribution, 11 crore people employed, and 46% exports. And in my research, even I was surprised and shocked to know one fact that the uncomfortable truth, 99.5% of Indian SMEs never crossed 25 crores in revenue. I was thinking, like, looking at the valuations, everything, so many companies will be there. But this is a reality, and this has been accepted by the government research report that the only 0.5% are above that, and remaining are still yet to reach there. Today we are in the convenience economy. You all have to accept that today we are pampered, we have been habituated for the convenience. We all need convenience. Earlier when this model exists, we said, like, why do we need them? But today we are regular users of these products. And we all are the everyday and day in day out customers of most of the brands. We all use Blinkit, which is a 10-minute delivery concept. Zepto, young team, less than 20 or 21 years, who started less than 5 years and reached 13,000 crore valuation. Instamart having the 30,000 products, which is a huge variety of SKUs they maintain, right? And other side of the home services, we see, right, Urban Company, right? So, because in natural, sometimes we used to discuss, right, today one of our competitors is not our immediate opposite saloon. Urban Company is our competitor because they are not letting people come out to the saloons. They are trying to serve them at home itself, right? And Snabit and Broomies. Snabit and Broomies, by the way, is the most favorite app for men. No, right? We all know that what happens if the maid doesn't come home one day. Men have to take the brand. So Snabit and Broomies are trying to solve that problem, where you get an Insta help, Insta maids in 10-15 minutes. And of course, Rapido, Nammayatri, ONDC are transforming the entire mobility ecosystem. These are few examples. Like that, there are so many things are happening. Sometimes we are the customers, sometimes we are the viewers, sometimes we talk about them. But this is to give a landscape that where the world is changing, where the market is going, and as a business owners, where are we standing today, right? Earlier, there was only one customer. Today, customers have around 5 personas. You need to cater a product, you need to cater a service and support to different personas. I don't remember calling a Gen Z, Gen Alpha 3-4 years back. Today, we have to label them as a Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Millennials, and Baby Boomers. Gen Z and Millennials are the market movers today. Most of the B2C products are driven by these people. And of course, baby boomers are opening up a new economy for serving a new kind of products to them. Gen Alpha, as we know, like education, toys, games, and lot of things are happening. And we all know Gen Alpha are born with technology. At least we took a while to adopt technology. And same thing with the baby boomers are also known as a part of the silver economy because of the lot of gray hair what they're getting in. And they have a different level of products coming up in the market, right? And again, B2B also, right? In B2C, we see in the disruption. Even in B2B, these are the most talkable companies, how they disrupted two kinds of systems. One, Udan, where they completely organized the market with the B2B wholesale trade, which was running on ledgers, phone calls, and informal credit, which they completely organized. And similarly, off business. And thousands of Indian manufacturers were sourcing for raw materials through fragmented supply chains and vendors. But these people completely organized, and both are unicorns. And these are not 20, 30-year-old company. They're barely 10 to 15-year-old company. And the value, what the change in the consumer behavior, what they brought is tremendous, right? And today we are in the inflection point. We all have to accept today, every morning when we get up, we think like what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Because we are in the era of AI. And the fact is, AI isn't learning from machines, it's learning from humans. Whatever you type, whatever you talk, whatever you browse, everything is documented, everything is trained. And the interesting part is, AI never sleeps. And the second competition, right? Today, the competitor is not the brand directly. The competitor is the younger generation who are adaptive, who are much more faster in adopting the technology and who can make a difference. So I say like your 25-year-old is a competitor, especially if you take in organizations or in the businesses. The startups who are started by young guys are much more faster ahead in terms of their thought process, adopting technology and making a difference, right? And today, as I said, like we have ChatGPT, Canvas, Razorpay, and WhatsApp Business. The 5 tools or 5 people are equivalent to 20, 30 people in the organization. And that's where the transformation is happening today. Today, if you have to start a company, you need not have 100 people or 50 people, right? You can start a multi-million-dollar company with just 5 people using all this technology and tools. And that's where the world is leading and transforming. And finally, today's skill is unlearning. Because a lot of people are stuck still to the old school thoughts and have adamancy sometimes to unlearn. But today, to a college-going guy or a 50-year businessman, unlearning is ultimate skill. They need to do it to adopt the new skills, right? And as we see like today, earlier knowledge used to double every 1, 2 or 3 years. Today, knowledge is doubling every 24 hours. Yesterday's news may become obsolete today, and today's something comes tomorrow, right? This is a continuous evolution, and we were never ever prepared for this. And we are just in the beginning of this era, and we don't know where it's going to lead by the end of this year. And again, to talk, why do a lot of companies are not reaching beyond a threshold? Because when I speak to a lot of SME owners, this is one of the common question comes like, what if I fail? There always is a fear because they always mitigated risk, never wanted to take a route which is more riskier. And the question comes, what if I fail? And second, I'm too busy because I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, it happened even with me as an operator. We are sucked into operations. Once you're sucked into operations, you don't see a daylight. You don't know what time goes over. You are completely involved in sorting things by yourself, and time is just gone over there. And other thing people say like, it worked before. Like, why I have to rethink, re-innovate something which is working well. But they're not realizing that that working well is only making you to stagnant, not taking you to the growth. And last, who do I trust? This is a big question comes, who do I trust? Because today, people need that, because a lot of SME owners or the business owners are lonely, I'll say. When I say lonely, like they don't discuss a lot of things with many. They try to talk to themselves on a lot of challenges. And the trust level is very low because they haven't seen someone who can help them out of the situation. So the result of all this is 99.5% of SMEs never cross 25 crores. But the 1% who make the change will break that and go beyond like 100 crores. That's what we have seen the companies who have grown there. If you talk to the founder, they will say what changes they made, what difference they made in their decision making and all, right? So stalling is not neutral, right? Every year of delay cost compounding opportunity. That is something we need to keep in mind. If I don't take a decision today, what's going to happen? Today, the only way to make the difference is in the convenience economy, speed. Speed in decision making, speed in execution, and speed in scaling. This is very, very important in today's scenario. We cannot say like, kal dekhenge, jab hoga tab hoga. That was the most standard statements given by the business people. But today, if you stop thinking, someone else is thinking 10 steps ahead of you. And all the customers today, we all know that no one is loyal. Customers go to the one who trying to adopt change and give them a better value. And speed today, it's all about minutes or hours. It's not like months of delaying, right? So speed in execution, again, I give the example of Zepto and Udaan, right? In 26 months, they became a unicorn. That means the way they worked. And Zepto has become, again, more than $1 billion valuation in 3 years. Snabit, if someone would have discussed Snabit model initially, people would have loved. How can you get and made in 10 minutes? How can you supply so many resources? But they have done it. That's where the difference in terms of execution and making a difference, right? And speed to scale, as I said, like the scale happens once you start adopting the changes and measuring yourself. So ask 100 SME leaders what's blocking them. Of course, we talk about innovation, talk about talent, talk about all those things. But it all boils down to 2 things. People say like, you give me business, you give me capital. Show me a way to better GTM, show me where I can get an easy access. These are 2 pressing points for today business owners. If these 2 are unlocked, the rest all will be solved. Innovation, technology, everything will come into the picture. So how do we solve these 2 things is again a question. But I think we are fortunate today, at least in the last 2 years, the kind of transformation, what has happened in the context, right? I say this is the best time in history to be an Indian business owner. Because in last 3 years, the transformation, what we have seen as a country, how it is transforming and all those things are the opportunity out there, right? So, but still how you see most of the SMEs still see capital in a very traditional way, right? They go to the banks, they go to the private lenders, and again, Sethjis are the most popular guys because they immediately give you money, but very high rate of interest, and family and friends. But family and friends, we have that relationship risk. These all are like friction and low access. But fortunately today, what's happening is the competition to capital is very high. That means like, we think like, where do I get money? But other side, there are so many mid-market private equities, VC funds, family offices, revenue-based financing, debt funds, pre-IPO funds, and more importantly, we have the SME IPO, which we're going to listen about the opportunity and all. So many opportunities, capital stack has evolved into the market, which we need to look at. But once you start believing that you're going to scale the business, you're going to make a difference in the business, all these new age capitals will come and knock your door. That's going to happen for sure. So coming about the overall, why this scale me and all, India has around 7 crore SMEs. Only a fraction will make the leap, right? That is why scale me came into the existence. As I said, like as an operator, we have seen a lot of challenges. When we also interact with a lot of business, the common problems are there. But no one is trying to solve that. And other side, if you see in the world of startup, like a lot of activities happen, a lot of demo days happen, a lot of incubators, accelerators do exist. But for SMEs, there are no such kind of a forums or platforms. That's where I felt there's an opportunity to start a Scale Me network where the key activities would be a peer intelligence. That means like we are building a network of people of same level, same industry or same vision, talk to each other. Because as I said, a lot of these SME owners work in silos. So this will break the barrier and make them talk to each other. Capital access. Today, fortunately with whatever experience, industry I'm connected and a lot of my ecosystem connects, we can connect to a lot of capital institutions if you're ready for that. That's the other thing we want to put it. And more importantly today, everyone needs is that kind of a knowledge access. So I believe you all came on a Saturday morning in the morning thinking that there's something to learn, something to take away from all the speakers. That's kind of a knowledge access what we want to provide. Finally, the growth execution by providing the right frameworks, playbooks, and kind of a template so that which will help you to save cost and also think differently. So this is all about the Scale Me, a network for India's SME business leaders to give that clarity, connections, and capital. This is a thought process what I've gone through, and again, thanks to my advisors, mentors who echoed my vision, and also especially to the prof, he also validated saying that this is the right space to get in. But this is a beginning what today we are starting, and this is all about, I want to discuss today why we are assembled here. And the next sessions, if you see, we have the 4 more brilliant speakers talking about their journeys, subject expert, and a lot to take away in the next 2 to 3 hours. Thank you all, and thank you for being here.